I have been challenged to attempt something that I have never even come close to before. That is doing a gig in a miners' institute. I've got no idea what to expect. I've got no idea how it's going to go. I grew up in South Wales, but miners' institutes just weren't on my radar. Sometimes known as the welfare, hundreds of them were built in the 19th and early 20th century. And local miners would pay a few pennies a week from their wages to fund these incredible places. I want to know more about the men who built them. So I'm off to meet a performer who also spent 10 years as a miner. I'm here in Glynneath to meet the legendary Max Boyce. This man has been a superstar for longer than I have been in existence.
Augie, Augie, Augie!
If anyone can tell me about institutes, it's Max, because he was part of the mining community. In fact, when his comedy career was on the up,
We're gonna have a great night tonight!
he was still working underground in the Neath Valley.
I remember the BBC ringing me up, would I do this show like next week? And I said, I can't do my afternoon shift.
You have to... Really?
Yeah. So that was it. I said, that's it. I can't.
My scheduling is much easier than that, BBC. So I'm a bit of an outsider to this. Like, I'm from Cardiff, so when I look at the miners' world, part of me sort of wishes that I'd grown up with that tight-knit community.
Yeah.
So just tell me how important the miners' clubs were in sort of holding that together.
Well, they were hugely important. That's where I, first saw books. They saw learning as their salvation, as a way of escaping the twilight world in which they lived, which is in the mining industry.
As pits closed, miners' institutes lost their revenue. Some survived as community and art centres. But Max wanted to show me what happened to his at Glynneath. So is this the site of the welfare club?
Yeah, this is this overgrown rubble here.
So we're stood right in front of where the building was?
Yeah, the forecourt, it would have been just 20 yards there. A reader room downstairs and a snooker room, and then there was like a community room. Yeah, that was the hub of the community. And every Saturday morning, used to come here, read all the papers, and I remember they were on the big broad sheets, or on this big big wooden sort of placard thing, and devour all the news, and now
there's literally just nothing here.
If the miners saw this, if the old miners saw this now, that they gave what little they had to sustain the miners' institutes, and to see it left like this now is a tragedy, has undone their legacy.
With Max's words echoing in my head, I want to do everything I can to make my gig a success. It's going to be at the Miners' Institute at Fleur-de-Lis. A group of former miners and their wives still meets here regularly. They're going to be my audience.
It's nice to see a young man here instead of all these old guys.
Oh. I don't think I've ever felt quite like this before a gig before, because this is just a different planet to where I normally gig. But at the same time, these are the loveliest people in the universe, and I've never wanted to make people laugh more than I do now. Let's just hope I don't spoil their afternoon. Hello. Hello. How are we, Fleur-de-Lis? What a phenomenal name for a place in the valleys. Who decided to call it Fleur-de-Lis? This is brilliant. There's probably a place in France with like a really Welsh name. Just go, we don't know. Why are we called Llan Glyn Llanog? It makes no sense, Jean-Luc. Is this the whole town? Is this... Some of you are going, yeah, some of you are going, no, I think there's one person missing. I'm originally from like a small part of Cardiff. Like back home, I'm from a small part of Cardiff called Egypt. What a relief. This is one of the warmest, friendliest audiences I've ever played to.
Well, this is exactly what the Miners' Institutes are meant to do. They're meant to bring people together. And that's exactly what they're doing tonight. Omar's more than accepted by the community. I think he's been adopted by the community in this case.
You were surprised I was good. Did you think I was going to be rubbish? Did I get a laugh out of you?
On occasion.
On occasion. Thank you, lovely. Oh, you've got a beautiful smile. Thank you. Do you know, I really didn't know what to expect when they said, do the show about Miners' Institutes. But having met those people, having performed for them, I realised that what these places have is a sense of community, it's a sense almost of family. And I don't think really anywhere else is like that. So I hope they last forever.